Back here on the PAC Sports Network for our halftime show as we're at the break between Franciscan and Allegheny, and we're now joined by junior forward for the Allegheny Gators, Sarah Santicola. Sarah, first off, thanks so much for joining us today. I know that your team has been rolling as of late. What's been key during this big winning streak for you guys?
We honestly have been practicing super hard, showing up every single day, lift, practice, conditioning, all of that, spending a lot of time together. We're all really in sync, and our freshman class has been super key. All of them very talented, very hardworking on and off the court. So I can't say enough good things about them, and we're very in sync this year.
Well, I know early on in the season, you guys played some really tough opponents, some really good non-conference teams. How have those early season losses helped your team grow and really mature as the season has gone on?
Yeah, I think we really just learned that we hate losing, especially over and over again to teams that we feel like we could beat. So I think it was really important to learn those lessons, watch ourselves compete with amazing competition, and then translate that into the pack.
Well, we'll get into your time at Allegheny momentarily, but I want to start with what led you to Meadville. What was it that drew you to being a Gator and wanting you to continue your career there?
Coach Kelly and Coach Jess Formunker, who's now at Teal, both recruited me. Honestly, their recruiting was so amazing. They formed such a good personal relationship with me and really showed me that they cared. So that was huge for me. Also, Allegheny's academics were pretty good, and I was looking for something like that. And then also, I was interested in playing for a program that was up and coming and I could make an impact in.
Well, I know you've had a huge impact throughout your career. Last year, you were named to the All PAC team. What did that mean to you, being named to that conversation and really being selected as one of the top players in the league?
I'm super thankful. This league is filled with really great competition, really great talent. Me and my teammate Jess Bickert, both being on the second team, we both worked really hard all season, and we're very happy to see it translating into some sort of recognition. Also, Emily Lauer, always a great performer for us, also getting her recognition as deserved. So it's nice to see.
Well, I know that you've been known as one of the top post players, and especially with your shot blocking ability. Talk me through a little bit about your approach on the defensive side of the floor. Do you have an approach when it comes to shot blocking, or do you just have natural timing for it?
I honestly think I do have a bit of a natural timing for it. I have long arms. My mom has really long arms, and I inherited those from her. So sometimes I don't even think I'm gonna get it, and then I do like get a hand on it. So yeah, I do have like a natural timing for it. Also, like my length helps very much. But also in high school, I had a lot of great practice with playing against really great posts and a lot of talent. So that also helped me.
Well, I've also noticed that your offensive game has really expanded as well. What have you been working on over the last few off seasons that you feel is, starting to come to, light a little bit and really starting to show, especially on that side of the floor this year?
Yeah, I was never really coming into college like the super like offensive player. I was always a defensive player, so I kind of had to transition into that being in college. And I've been working a lot with trainers and my coaches. They've been absolutely amazing doing individual work with me, learning how to kind of curate my post moves and really perfect my game down there. Yeah, and I also over the summer playing against my brother is helpful. He's 6'5", so he's good competition as well. Yeah, so I've just had to like kind of change my mindset and focus on the offensive end because I am needed there now as an Allegheny player. So yeah, honestly, my coaches, my brother, my teammates all have helped me get there.
Who's winning in one-on-one, you or your brother?
Well, when we were younger, I would win almost every single time, but it is hard now that he's dunking and a whole head and shoulders taller.
That's okay. At least you have a couple wins under your belt. But I want to
Yeah.
I want to talk a little bit about the group that you guys have at Allegheny, because it's kind of been the same cast of players, if you will, that have been the focal point, if you will, over the last 3 years. You guys have started to mature and you could tell the increase in the improvement in the play as well over the years. So how have you noticed this core group of players? You mentioned Jess Bickert, you mentioned Emily Lauer. How have you noticed you guys starting to grow together and really seeing it kind of all come out together this season, especially during this strong start?
Yeah, Jess, Em, and I, and Sophia Gennario, we all started freshmen, sophomores, very young, a lot of pressure put on us from start of our careers. So We've definitely come a long way since then. Jess and I being in the same class together, I feel like we've grown so much together. I'm so proud of all of them. They've really matured so well, and we've gone from the kind of super talented but not as put together team to the talented and put together team who's very confident upperclassmen who know how to win games and will win games.
What's been some of the words of wisdom and advice that you've given some of the younger players and some of the underclassmen that are new to it that, you're not too far removed from that?
Yeah, honestly, I've had a lot of conversations with Bella Antonisi and Ava Kobus, who are two freshmen who have been very important to us. Just talking about like the pressures of having to perform a lot as a freshman. And it can be extremely stressful. It can be very scary to do it, but I just honestly really enjoying it, using it to get better, furthering your career. It's really all really important. And Coach Kelly does a really good job with integrating her freshmen and making sure they all get super great experiences here. So kind of just telling them like, take it all in, enjoy it all. They don't have it as hard as we did because they do have some upperclassmen who play a lot as opposed to when me and Jess and Emily were younger. But yeah, it's been a really fun year with all of them, and we've just honestly been having the greatest time with this win streak.
Well, I know that you guys have, like mentioned, just such a great start in the PAC. But before we get you out of here, as the season progresses, I've noticed over the last few years, you guys really start to put it together at the end of the season. What do you think, and what aspect of this team do you think is going to have to be the main driving force to get you guys over that hump and really get you guys to a PAC title?
I think that this year, more than any other year I've been here, we have a grit and a want to win, all of us, more than anything I've ever seen in the past. And I think like watching ourselves win pack game after pack game, it's really helping our confidence. But I think our main thing is going to be how much we want it, how badly we want to win, because at the end of the day, when you get down to it, the pack is full of talent. There's so much talent. There's so many great players, great teams, but it's going to come down to who works harder and who wants it more. And I really do think that we can be that team this year.
Well, Sarah, we're really excited to see the rest of the season for you and the Gators. Again, thanks so much for stopping by, and good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
That's Allegheny's Sarah Santicola. Don't go anywhere, as we'll have more action of today's matchup coming up next in the second half and on the PAC Sports Network.